Welcome to my blue circle.
Me and my cats want to talk to you about some things that maybe you didn't learn in your yoga class. Maybe you learned and then you forgot. Maybe you didn't learn it because there was no time. Maybe because you joined a little bit later. Or maybe you arrive always 5 or 10 minutes later, or you leave 5 or 10 minutes early. Maybe you didn't learn them because you don't come to class regularly. Maybe you change teachers often and then you don't get to stay with one yoga teacher for a long time, so you kind of miss their flow, let's say. Maybe you didn't learn it because you didn't ask. Maybe your teacher didn't say it. Maybe your teacher said it only once or mentioned it and then he or she hopes that you would remember, which is impossible, right? You cannot remember everything. Maybe because your teacher hopes you will find out for yourself. It's not your fault. It's probably not your teacher's fault. It's probably everybody's fault because there is so much information and it's normal that it passes you by. So in each video, I want to give you just a little bit of a tiny information and to help you remember these crucial things that will help you improve your yoga practice and maybe also your everyday life.
What is hyperextension?
If you've ever been to my yoga class, you would probably know that I always tell you, unblock your knees or make sure that the inside of the elbow faces inwards, for example when you are doing the table posture or the plank, especially. The dog
If
as
you're
well.
on the ground on your arms and then you just press all your weight on the arm and you're not really using the muscles. What happens? What happens is that the joints, and this is usually in the elbow and in the knee, that they take a lot of load and they hyperextend.
This also depends on your flexibility, right? And if the ligaments can go all the way there, I will show you like this. You see? This is not normal.
It hurts the elbow, it puts a lot of pressure here on the elbow, and with time, with doing the practice like this, with time, you're just gonna end up with the pain in the elbow, you're gonna end up hating everything, and you're gonna end up quitting. What you wanna do is you wanna turn consciously the elbow inward. The elbows to be like that, and you can see how now I have even the triceps working for me. All of this is activated, but when I do like this, none of these muscles are actually...
Here, flabby. Nothing. No muscles.
Like this? Ah, yes. Very important, especially with the knees.
If you have the Barbie doll knees, you know, if you can...
You should not stand like that, right? You always have to just slightly bend your knees, just so you make sure that all of your muscles are supporting you.
And that's the hyperextension of the joints. Very dangerous to be practiced all the time. It's typical for gymnasts, ballet dancers, and yogis, of course.
You should make sure that you don't put any weight on the joint that is hyperextending. For the sake of flexibility, it's fine, but when you are doing the muscle work, very dangerous.